Shortly after that, they find the hologram food, right?
Yeah.
And the one thing that sticks out to me is when they fly through it, right?
Mm.
Luffy and Bonnie are concerned. Chopper is fucking pissed. He
I
is.
don't think I've seen Chopper be this feral in a fucking minute.
The last time he was this angry was when he found out that Caesar was experimenting on kids with drugs.
It's more or less
like
the same level.
It looks like Fleetway Supersonic.
It kind of does.
It's a very obscure reference. But...
Adventure in the Land of Science. Adventure in the Land of Science. Oh, also, Nick, one of your YouTube videos came up in my recommended this week.
Oh, yeah?
Do you want to take a guess as to what video it was? Because according to Chuckles, apparently it is a very commonly recommended one.
Oh, which one?
It is, what if Jorno was just crazy or some shit?
Oh, man, that video is a masterpiece. That's actually my favorite video on the channel. Not even cap.
I was gonna watch it, but I was like, I should probably actually watch part 5 first.
I'm back. That was a good piss. And that piss was brought to you by the Shifting Gears podcast that's live currently.
Oh my god, no way.
That's insane.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I've watched those guys since their first video.
I haven't. They suck.
Yeah, they fell off.
It's so bad.
That's true.
Jesus fucking Christ. The Shonen Jump app is freezing the fuck up on me. It will not work.
Oh, yo, now that you mention it, I should pull that up, huh?
Have you
Might be good.
You have read the chapter, right?
Yeah, no, twice.
Okay, good. Yeah, today we're talking about chapter 1062, Adventure in the Land of Science.
Yeah.
As we see, starting off, we have our cover story, continuing the escape of the Vinsmoke brothers and one Caesar D. Clown. And,
I think that's his name.
That is his... Every clown is a D. That's...
Wait, what about Caesar D. Clown now?
Yeah, remember, he's escaping with the Vinsmokes. I decided to write down some general thoughts that I had. Go for more of just a talk structure than an actual, like, breakdown structure.
Okay.
So the first thing that I noticed reading this chapter was that when Frankie makes the remark about Vegapunk being, like, a well-known genius, right?
Yeah.
Vegapunk 02, who we all accurately predicted was not actually Vegapunk, which...
I can't believe we're not even going to talk about the cover story, dog.
We literally just talked about the cover story. What do you
have dementia?
We just talked about the Caesar part from last time, though.
Yeah, because... Oh, okay, fine. Hold on. Brrr. Everything's covered in ice.
Because of Aokiji.
That does make sense.
Damn, that adds up.
Yeah, because hear me out. This isn't where Caesar is. This is Chocolate Town.
Okay, well, how do I know that... How am I supposed to know that?
Because did you read the cover story?
The single...
So the intruders from the, like, initial part of the cover story did not have Vinsmoke shoes, so it was probably someone else. So, like, it's probably like Aokiji, maybe the Blackbeard boys are trying to get the poneglyph or some shit.
I guess that's fair. That's fair, yeah. I guess you're right. We probably shouldn't have just glossed over that.
Yeah. That's what I'm here for, to talk about cover stories.
So is that all you're here for? Or are you just going to tap out for the rest of the episode?
Yeah, basically.
Alright,
he's out.
How the fuck did you do that? Oh, you left the call. Okay. I didn't have Discord open. I only had the OBS, so I see...
Did he disappear?
Yeah, I see Akaru disappear. I'm like, he's not supposed to be able to do that. Only I'm able to do that.
He's like,
yeah, you can add, like, the Kuma, like, warp effect. just
oh no, Bartholomew Kuma's right.
Nick!
Oh shit, you got Nick too.
Nick, no!
Oh, where am I? Oh my god, I'm on Cringe Island.
Oh shit,
We're on a
that's
boat.
where you wanted to go on vacation.
We're on a boat, stupid. We've been in a boat. It might be fun, actually, if we ever get, like, some high-quality art of Egghead, right?
Yeah.
To take ourselves off the boat and put us on Egghead.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be cool. If you want to draw Egghead based off the limited information someone watching, maybe. I don't know.
Also include, like, Nick, I don't know, like, with big muscles. Give him, like, a big, big strong arms and a six-pack.
As part of the island.
It's a part of the island. Make him Vegapunk number 7, the stupid.
made me cute, but like made me like accurate to myself, so I'm really small.
Yeah.
I'm like the smallest one.
All right. Anyway, we're getting so distracted. So I guess before we go any further, before we like actually get into the stuff, right? Let's discuss like the big reveal from the end of the chapter and what it ended up actually being, since it's gonna probably be a part of the dialogue for the whole episode.
Okay.
As we all thought, that's not Vegapunk. Technically, Vegapunk has split himself into 6 aspects, numbered 1 through 6, and representing a different aspect of his funky little old man brain. And the one that we encountered at the end of the chapter is number 2, Lilith the Evil.
Yeah.
So that's who. That's the big reveal. That was Lilith the Evil. Only one that we saw a 6th of Vegapunk is probably the best way to put it. 1,000 chapters in. Yeah, 1,000 chapters in, and we're still getting teased on Vegapunk.
Yeah.
But Frankie makes the remark about how like it's like, you mean Vegapunk, the Vegapunk, and Lilith immediately says to put a sock in it. She seems very annoyed by conversation around Vegapunk. So I have to imagine that these aspects of Vegapunk all have their own level of sentience and feelings towards the situation of being a fraction of a person.
Yeah.
But that might be reading too much into a single line.
It could be. But who knows?
We talked about, well, you mentioned the other day, Nick, that the part about the devil fruits, like the weapons or machines imbued with animal devil fruits.
Yeah.
And I think these sea beasts are that. I imagine since Vegapunk was the one who did that, right? Very likely he's the one that he fed these things animal devil fruits and turned them into war machines, animal things.
Yeah, he seems to like messing with animals a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of fucking crazy. Kind of a weird fetish.
You don't judge him.
I'm gonna judge him. Especially
He's
since...
a creepy guy.
Especially since we know that Vegapunk's a guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of the Vegapunk models that we've seen, they've all been, like, young girls.
Listen, okay, when you play as a game, you make a cute girl. Because you're gonna have to look at it.
Yeah, you think Vegapunk wants to play the game looking at a man's ass all the time?
Yeah, he needed to make 6 girl satellites to be like, yes, this is quality.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's what you do in Final Fantasy 14, dude.
That's true, even though I made a little potato man.
I didn't play Final Fantasy 14, I play good games.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true, though, I agree.
So, like Akara mentioned, these different aspects are called stellas. They keep referencing. They're the stella is the main body, which I guess implies there's probably gonna be like a Dr. Gero style supercomputer somewhere that's got the real Vegapunk in it.
Maybe.
Because they don't refer to the main body as like a person; they just refer to it as like an aspect.
Will be. He's just playing video games on his VR.
Just playing video games.
Man.
Lilith attempts to rob the crew, which I guess I should have seen coming, given the fact that, everything here is Vegapunk themed. It would be kind of weird if Vegapunk saved them from himself.
Yeah.
But, I'm curious, like, it's a very small ship, right? And she's wanting good funding. I don't think you're gonna get a lot on, even if the entire ship was weighed down in gold, right? I don't imagine it's gonna be all that much.
But they're like a Yonko crew.
Yeah, I don't think... I feel like Lilith isn't very smart.
I feel like it's a reasonable assumption to think one of the 4 most influential pirate crews got some money.
I mean, yeah, but like directly on them in a tiny-ass little fucking rowboat?
Yeah, why not?
Where else are they gonna keep it?
Yeah, where are they gonna put it in a treasure chest?
Yeah,
maybe
some fantasy bullshit? What is this, Mickey Mouse?
Good point. Speaking of fantasy, the fantasy of Sanji fans that he has any relevance to him anymore.
What do you mean?
What does that mean?
Because when Lilith is about to attack, right?
Uh-huh.
Punk 01, Shaka the Good goes, aren't you forgetting that swordsman and that woman there? They could tear your monsters apart with no issue. And then Lilith looks over at Frankie and Sanji and goes, oh, those talkative jokers are just a distraction.
Well, Sanji doesn't hit women.
He can hit Sea Beast though.
Yeah, but not the women.
Okay, hit everything but the woman then.
It would ultimately be pointless to deploy Sanji because he would just beat up everybody but the boss.
Oh no, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It would be pointless to deploy Sanji because he's worthless now.
Yeah, he's literal bottom 11 Straw Hats.
Yeah,
Listen, he's nerfed right now. Okay.
Yep.
It's like Zoro without swords. It's Sanji around girl.
Speaking of girl, Bonnie.
Yeah.
Carl, you're good at remembering things that I don't remember.
Sure.
Did we know that Bonnie was Kuma's daughter directly, or
No.
did we just infer that?
This is a reveal. We knew
Okay.
that there was a relationship between them because when she was disguised as Connie, the queen of the Sorbet Kingdom, they were all like, "Oh, that's the former king, Bartholomew Kuma of the Sorbet Kingdom."
Right. Which probably means that she was posing as her mother.
I think her grandmother, just based off of age, because Connie was very, very old. But who knows? Maybe Kuma just likes it like that.
Damn, Kuma, a freak, bro. You know what else? There's a pretty disturbing implication to all this. Bartholomew Kuma has fucked.
That's not disturbing. He's a big lad with good hands.
You know, I have to side with Nick on this one. I think of a large figure like Kuma, right?
Uh-huh.
And I don't think of him like having sex. I think of him just like being abstinent.
Okay.
Like how the Lord God intends.
I mean,
Listen,
he does
this
carry
holds
that
a
Bible
Bible.
around.
He does
Yeah.
carry that. Maybe the Bible's actually just the Kama Sutra.
But hear me out, okay? He's a former king, and he can take you anywhere you want in an instant.
Yeah, but he's no Mad D Rouge.
He is no Mad D monk, but he fucking.
I mean, I guess so. I was actually thinking about this. I'd have to go back and check, but I think Bonnie's pants have the same spotted pattern that Kuma's hat has.
Maybe I wasn't really looking at her pants.
That's fair.
I don't even know where you can see her pants. So
I'm
maybe
thinking
show
of
it.
her previous arts and whatnot.
Maybe.
Oh, okay, no, I'm actually seeing a shot of her when they take like the big spread of what the island looks like on the inside.
Yeah,
Her leggings are spotted, not her pants. Her pants are striped.
I see.
But we talked about Bonnie and not so much what Bonnie is doing. They're all making their way up through like the sewer system, right?
Yeah.
And there's this really sad moment where Bonnie is like, talking about how her father has lost all of his humanity and become a weapon, right? And Luffy's response is just, "Oh, that's fucking sick, dude."
Yeah, he's like, robots are cool. Well, to be fair,
He says it before she clarifies that.
yeah, and then Jinbei's like, damn, that's tough.
Because I'm Western and stupid, right? I actually read that left to right when I got to that panel for some reason. I think it's because the Bonnie panel is the bigger one and it sticks out more.
And you were just like, damn, Luffy, what the fuck?
Well, the thing is, when Luffy was saying sorry, right? I mistook that to be that he was talking about sorry because the only reason Kuma is a cyborg is because he had to save my ass.
Damn. No, he's guilt-free.
He is guilty. He might as well go Gear 5 because he is free as fuck right now.
Yeah.
But they get inside the island. They see a bunch of holograms, a bunch of crazy, spooky holograms, like a 4-eyed dragon and a robot. Yeah, everything's in bubbles. I gotta say, like, Oda typically has like really imaginative spreads, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of tame for a futuristic world. Just
There's
a lot of
literally flying fish, dog.
okay.
That's like the future. If a fish fucking flew through your fucking window, you'd say, damn, what the fuck?
Damn, I'm in the future.
Yeah, name any flying fish in the present.
The flying fish Yu-Gi-Oh monster.
That's not real. That's fiction.
How do you know it's not real? Hmm? It's based on based on the Skyfish.
Dude, Yu-Gi-Oh isn't even a real card game.
That's true. That is true. But it is based on the Skyfish, which is a real cryptid.
That is true. But
So.
we haven't found it yet, so it's in the future.
I found it.
Have you?
Yeah, I'm just not sharing.
Oh, okay, I see.
I'm holding out for a better payment from the government.
I see.
Right now, they've just taken to trying to assassinate me.
Yeah, well, that sounds like them.
I would like to take a moment to honor the death of a tragic character.
Oh, yeah?
As they are leaving the sewer, right?
Mm-hmm.
They remark about how much warmer it is, right?
Yeah.
And Chopper removes his funny hat.
No.
Rest in
So
peace,
sad.
rest in peace, Chopper Hat. You weren't with us for very long, but you were an invalued member of the crew.
Yeah, he got about half a chapter in total with it. Oh.
Shortly after that, they find the hologram food, right? And
Yeah.
the one thing that sticks out to me is that when they fly through it, right? Luffy and Bonnie are concerned. Chopper is fucking pissed. He
I
is.
don't think I've seen Chopper be this feral in a fucking minute.
The last time he was this angry was when he found out that Caesar was experimenting on kids with drugs.
It's more
It
or
looks
less
like
the same
fucking-
level.
It looks like Fleetway Supersonic.
It kind of
It's
does.
a very obscure reference, but
It reminded me more of when Frankie took over Chopper's body on Punk
Yeah,
Hazard.
yeah.
The little, like, scowl on his
Yeah.
mouth. God.
Yeah, no, like, so we found out that if you tease Chopper with food, he does become Yonko level. He will just kill you.
It is true.
Which also, we see when Bonnie clarifies that the food is just made of light waves, right? It is just an image. Luffy begins forming his Gear 5 raiment out of anger.
Well, it's free of...
He's free of food in his stomach.
yeah.
And it's around this time that we're introduced to the next satellite, which is 06 Atlas.
Yeah, but they're actually 05.
Huh? You sure?
Yep, so it says 06. If you look at the next page, where it shows all of the numbers,
Yeah.
they're 05. It's just an error. Oda's made a
Oda just
statement
can't
on it
count,
already.
dude.
There's 2 errors in this, that's one of them.
But wait, hold on. Are you sure about that? Because I'm looking at the better spread of Atlas, right?
Yes.
And that looks to be
That's the-
that looks to be 6s.
Yes,
On-
that's the error.
Oh. Oh, the error is when they're saying Atlas is 5, but it's York is supposed to be 5.
No. Atlas is supposed to be 5.
I feel like it. Well,
no, Atlas is 2.
No. There's literally a statement on it.
I'm just here to cause confusion.
okay. Well, fine. If Atlas is supposed to be 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then why is there 6s all over their design?
It's an error. I don't know what to
Oda-
tell you. There's
Oda
one
has
six.
gone-
What I'm saying is that if there is a character design with a 6 on it, right?
There's 1 6, but that's the error.
No, there's a
It's literally
6. There, no.
statement.
Go to page 14 and 15, right?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm with
You see how she has the 6 on her shirt, right?
Yeah,
Look at her shoe. There is a 6 on her shoe.
that's just a swirl, dude. You're
It is a
bullshit.
6.
That's
Yeah,
a
typical
swirl.
One Piece fans making stuff up
Oh
out of
my-
nothing, just
Yeah.
overanalyzing.
But you're saying there was a statement on this.
Yes, it said Atlas should be Punk 5, not Punk 6.
Okay, that's really fucking. That's weird. That feels less of like an error, right? And more of just a last minute change.
No,
Because there's design elements here that invoke the number 6.
no, they just look like a Mega Man character. It's not that deep.
Oh my! I am gonna fucking beat you to death. I'm gonna have another fucking ad read break where I talk about how stupid you are.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
But while we're fighting, right? A ship is approaching Egghead.
Yeah.
That's a world government vessel. And on it are two very important characters. Well, three very important, but four very important characters.
Yeah, name all of them.
Okay, so we have Lucy from CP9.
Uh-huh.
Kaku from CP9.
Uh-huh.
Stussy from
We're trying to get their Stussy.
the Stussy.
Yeah. And then who else?
And then a Pacifista.
Well, a Seraphim, but yes.
Oh, you're right, Blackwing Seraphim. A Seraphim Kuma.
Yeah, which is the second error in the chapter. The hair's supposed to be white.
Ah,
It'll be fixed
you're
in
right.
the volume releases.
You're right.
Both things will be fixed in volume releases, actually. The design
Man,
will be a 5
fucking
and,
This dude can't do anything right.
2-week break,
know.
and he comes out with all these errors. And hey, you know what? Another error. There's a 6 on the Seraphim.
Yo, you right.
And a 3. So which one is it, Oda? Which one is it?
Perhaps 36.
I actually think that's just supposed to be wings. That's covered up.
It is just wings. It's just that there's a glow around Lucci because he's in chat.
He's emanating aura that the anime will add.
And they will. They'll be like, and Lucci fucking flew.
Have you seen that Twitter response from the one like American guy who works on the One Piece anime? Someone complained to him about how they put too many auras in Wano, right? And it feels like Dragon Ball. And his response was, "Fuck you! I like auras. I'm gonna put more auras in there just to piss you off."
And then they took out the auras because of too many complaints.
Did they do that actually?
They've dialed back the auras significantly in recent episodes, apparently.
Good. I hate the auras so much. Like, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with displaying that someone's powerful, right? But like, it's like with the Luffy Kaido fight, right?
Yeah.
It looks like Luffy is powering up the Super Saiyan.
He is.
That was a fucking weak-ass transformation. Then he got fucking bodied.
His hair changed color and he became free.
No. I'm talking about their first fight back in Act 1.
Oh, dude. It wasn't the greatest Super Saiyan.
It was that false Super Saiyan from the Slug movie.
Yeah.
Alright, we're getting distracted.
Yeah.
CP0.
Speaking of getting distracted, you guys ever write a business email? That shit's stressful.
Yeah, dude, I fucking hate business emails.
Why are you writing a business email?
Because I do business, man.
Yo, true.
No, you fucking don't. You're a YouTuber.
That's business.
That's
I do a
not
little
business.
I do a little business.
It's sometimes it's tomfoolery at best.
No, sometimes I gotta write a little email.
Sometimes you get a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship.
Yeah, sometimes, and I gotta politely tell them to go fuck themselves. You know?
Yeah, you say, I'm not streaming that game for 8 hours, no.
Yeah.
Hikaru did that.
I've seen a lot of people doing that, just like doing sponsored Raid Shadow Legends whole streams and not just ads.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
dude, I would do an ad for them. I would not do a stream for them.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought you did a stream for them.
No, they offered me a stream, and I said,
right.
No, I'm not playing your game.
How much did they
gotta
offer you for
pay
that?
very well for that.
I don't even fucking remember. Not
Because
enough.
I remember you told me about that, right?
Yeah.
And I remember comparing what they were offering you, right?
Yeah.
To what they paid Saber Spark for like a 1 minute ad, right? And it was like I understand. It's huge. There's a huge There's a huge viewership difference, so I understand that it doesn't need to be the same, right?
Yeah.
But it's disgustingly different.
Yeah, no, I was like, I wasn't going to take it anyway. As much as I really want to make a Raid Shadow Legends ad, because it's funny to me.
The fuck did you do?
I don't want to play the game.
Nick, are you hearing this?
Yeah.
This is mutiny.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what the fuck?
We don't let Raid Shadow Legends sponsorships onto this fucking chip.
We've literally made, like, one before as a joke.
No, we did. We made a Dollar Shave Club joke. It's different.
No, I literally edited the episode. I remember pulling up the image.
Okay, but you did that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, the infection is spreading. Oh god.
That's right.
Oh no, it's in our toiletries.
That's right, you're being raided.
Alright, I don't like this joke anymore. So CP0, they're here.
Yeah, business emails are stressful, man.
My
Anyway,
fucking god, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
You good, Chuckles?
Man, I like Kaku.
I like Kagu too.
My heart rate
He's
is
cool.
spiraling.
I like his new hat. looking kind of swaggy.
Yes.
It is
Oh
pretty
yeah.
cool.
The thing is, it's funny because when you look at it from the panel at the very end, right?
Yeah.
It looks exactly the same. You have to have the back out shot beforehand to see that it's a different hat.
No, it looks different.
It's,
We've seen him in it before.
I know. No, I'm saying the first shot that actually shows Kaku's face fully, right? The
Like
text,
where his eyes aren't covered?
yeah, the text bubble is obscuring the hat, right? So it looks like his old shape, where it's like just a normal hat, right? But every other panel, it's a top hat.
Yeah.
It's a fuzzy top hat too. Anyway,
it's real cool.
Right after CP0 invaded Wano, right?
Yeah.
CP0 is now invading Egghead. But we'll probably see better results as they are not two masked nobodies. They are 3 decently established characters.
Yeah.
And Lucci is there too.
I also like that Lucci of all people is like, why are we doing this? And they're like, Lucci, do your fucking job.
Lucci does see the stupidity in eliminating the most useful man in the world purely because something tangentially related to him just got erased and they don't want people bringing it up.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Here's the heel turn for Lucci. He's gonna become a good boy.
Speaking of, he's grown a really weird addition to his beard.
What do you mean?
If you look down at the bottom of the last panel, right? He now has a weird little like string and ball at the end of his little goatee.
Hasn't he like always had that though?
No, he didn't have that originally. He might have had that in Stampede, but I didn't see Stampede.
I believe it.
So the thing is, Stussy is different from these two because we've seen these two before. Wasn't she a part of that one like rich douchebag family that Sabo was about to be a part of?
No. We've seen Stussy before, though. She was at Whole Cake Island.
Right, she was
part of the
I forget
Underworld.
what she was specifically. She was tied to some organization. I'm
Yeah,
fake.
she
I'm gonna look her
was-
up on the wiki, dude.
Yeah, she was part of one of the Underworld organizations. I don't remember the specific one, but she was also the person who was like, I'm gonna take the Tomate Bako box, or whatever.
Okay. I think it's safe to say that Kaku and Lucci will have relevance early on, right?
And then Stussy's gonna steal the show.
Yeah, because the thing is that like there's like it's just like Smoker and Tashigi, right? There's not really a reason to focus on them. At this point, there is no believable reason that Lucci and Kaku could even hold a candle to Luffy and Zoro, unless they
No, they have trained.
Yeah, maybe they've trained during the 2 years like everyone else.
Yeah,
That's why they got a promotion.
I swear to fuck. If they are Yonko level and they're working like under Bill like that, right?
Yeah.
That's some stupid fucking shit. That
Also,
is.
don't forget when Kaku fought Zoro, he didn't know how to use his devil fruit too good because he ate it like 9 seconds ago.
It's true. Also,
He has had 2 years to figure that bitch out. He's
You're right. Now he
Here's
has
my-
pasta machine al dente.
yeah. You wanna know my matchup theory for Lucci this arc if he actually is like a battle opponent?
What's that?
I think he's gonna fight Usopp.
Really?
Yeah, because there was the whole scene in like Enies Lobby where Usopp was like, "Oh, I'll fight you" or whatever, but Luffy gets back up.
Oh my god, you're right. Every Usopp lie comes true.
Yeah, every Usopp lie comes true. So perhaps an Usopp Lucci 1v1.
It probably won't be a 1v1. It'll probably be like Usopp and Sanji or Usopp and Frankie versus Lucci, and then Lucci will be like, "I'm gonna go fight someone else."
This is a Frankie arc. Frankie's gonna get some spotlight this arc. So
Okay,
he can't
everyone
be
said
part
that.
of a
Everyone
big
said
team.
that about Zoro.
Yeah, but fucking Zoro died or whatever. Who gives a shit?
He died. I don't know. It's been a minute since I've read Wano.
Did you?
I don't remember.
That I can't believe that never had any like resolution. Like we see
He's dying.
the Grim Reaper going for Zoro, right? And then the next time we see him, he's just fine.
Yeah, well, here's my Frankie theory for this arc as well, by the way.
Yeah.
I think Frankie is either going to get a big upgrade to this arc, and potentially it will be other bodies like the satellites, right? And I think this because he's like, oh, your robots are bigger than General Frankie. Now hear me out. What does the crew like? That's right, docking. perhaps a bunch of Frankies can assemble like a Megazord and make a bigger General Frankie.
Oh my god!
And
If
they
this
can
is
have different hairstyles because Frankie loves to change his hairstyle every fucking arc.
if we get if this is the mecha storyline that Oda's always wanted to write, that's gonna be really fun. I'll like that a lot.
That's what I want. I dream of a Mecha Frankie, like Megazord.
If I had what I wanted, if Lucci is going to fight Usopp, right?
Yeah,
I'd like to see Kaku fight Brook.
because they have swords.
I mean, yeah, Kaku's no longer a swordsman that can really approach Zoro.
You don't know that. He has got al dente.
I
mode now.
don't. You're right. He's got pasta machine al dente.
Yeah.
If we end up memeing that into existence, if that is his new attack name, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so fucking happy.
Yeah, if that happens, we're gonna make you some Kaku fan art where you are.
No,
Kaku.
do not turn me into Kaku. I get like mashed around. Never mind. I don't care anymore.
Listen, Kaku's a cool guy.
Who's cool.
Kaku is cool. I remember when I was like watching One Piece openings and like kind of taking the story like somewhat, right?
Yeah.
I remember thinking Kaku looks really cool. I bet he's a relevant character. And he was for like that one arc.
He is really relevant. He got fired.
He actually got promoted, which is baffling to me.
Yeah, he got promoted in his real job, but fired from his coverage job.
Yeah.
It's pretty goofy.
Can we discuss how the people of CP9 failed miserably at NES Lobby and are now working in better positions?
They really trained, dude.
Yeah, they trained hard over those 2 years.
And to
You
be
don't know what
fair,
Richie's doing.
like if we go off of like the government bounties, right?
Yeah.
They didn't take Luffy raiding Enies Lobby as seriously as they should have.
It wasn't that big of a deal, man.
You're right. It was just a pirate raiding one of the most well-known government facilities and escaping with a convict.
Listen, it was just a pirate raiding one of the most important government facilities, reclaiming someone who can read the fucking ancient text that no one else in the world can, who knows the history of the world potentially that other people fucking can't, and also fucking someone who has the fucking blueprints for an ancient weapon, and taking both of them with him.
And
it
also,
wasn't that big of a deal.
And also another. And
also, Sniper King was with them.
Oh, it was
true.
And also just a small little tidbit, you know, because all that stuff is like circumstantial if nothing's done with it, right?
Yeah.
He also actively shot down the world government flag and declared war on the entire world government.
Yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Wasn't that big of a deal. Only a 100 million berry increase. What the fuck did Eustace Kid do to get a worse bounty than that?
Okay, it's because he like kicks puppies and shit, dude.
That's true. I wonder how many puppies he kicked on the way down from Wano.
Probably a lot. That's probably why he has an equal bounty to Luffy. It wasn't about Big Mom.
It was about Puppy Chan, all of the little pups that were on that Wano island that the government cares for.
Yeah.
But, before we close out the chapter, I decided to do a little bit of... Well, my phone just died. Alright, so I'm going to have to recover this from memory.
Okay.
But the punks and their naming convention, right?
Yeah.
So we only went into a few of them, but to go down the list, there's Punk 1, Shaka the Good. Punk 2, Lilith the Evil. Punk 3, Edison the Thinker.
Yeah.
Punk 4, Pythagoras the Wisdom. What we're now understanding is Punk 5, York the Greed.
No. Punk. Yeah. Wait.
Okay,
Punk 5 is Atlas. The list here is normal. That's why there's a correction. It's that she has the 6 on her.
That's what I was trying to say earlier. That's what I was arguing for.
No. You were arguing about the design. That makes no sense. This list here lists her as Punk 5. She's introduced in that panel as Punk 6 because she has the 6s on her design, right? But the next page says Punk 5 Atlas. So your argument was that she has 6s, so it must be that she's 6. So don't gaslight me.
Wait. Hold on. We're going back to this fucking... I hate that we've talked about this so much. Dr. Vega, Punk... I don't...
It doesn't say a number for her here, right? It just says Vegapunk Atlas, but she has a 6 on her. That's the error.
Right.
The list is correct, though.
The list is correct.
Yes.
Okay, Punk 5 as Atlas the Violence, and Punk 6 is York the Greed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did some digging, right?
Yeah.
And every name on here, except for York, right, can be tied to the moon.
Yeah.
Shaka is what Japan calls Gautama, Gautama. I think it's Gautama Buddha. The what is considered like the Buddha.
Okay.
They call him Shaka.
Mm.
So, and in Buddhism, the moon is a symbolic representation of enlightenment. So, by having a tie to Buddhism, the name inherently draws parallel to the moon. Because the true Buddha is the enlightened one. Lilith the Evil, there is a phase of the moon's rotation, right? Called Lilith the Black Moon, right? Which is when the moon is the furthest away from the Earth it can possibly be on its axis.
Yeah.
Atlas, Pythagoras, and Edison are all names of craters on the moon, and I have no idea what York is. I think when I looked around, right, the only thing I could find is that the pronunciation of York in katakana, right, Yoku, can mean to want, which ties it to why he's the greed, right? But I couldn't find a single solitary thing to connect him to the moon. But the fact that all of these names have ties to the moon, right, is at least, even if it doesn't play into anything in the plot, right?
Yeah.
They're all called satellites, so it makes sense since the moon is the Earth satellite.
That makes sense. I just thought they were all based off of like sciencey things.
Well, that's the thing. Edison and Pythagoras are, right?
Yeah.
But Lilith and Atlas are based off of mythological characters. No.
Well, Lilith is a star, I believe.
Lilith is a star?
I think Lilith means like something star.
When I looked it up, Lilith was just tied down to the Jewish demon. That's a poor way to phrase that.
Maybe. I thought they were like some sort of like celestial thing, but I also like the dark moon, so
yeah. I think that might be. We're thinking of the same thing. But Atlas is a Greek character who held up the world on his shoulders.
And it's also a book where you read information on stuff.
See,
and also
we're running
a game company that makes Persona.
That's Atlas.
It's more or less the same.
You can't just have a difference pointed out and say, who cares, really?
How do you say it? Atlas? That's right. Same thing.
I say Atlas, not Atlas.
You're lying to me.
I am not lying. Nick, you're the SMT guy. Back me. I'm saying that. No, don't add to this. I'm scared of what you'll
SMT?
say. Yeah, that's what I thought. Go talk about
One Piece acronym.
You know what, Nick? It's fine. Go back to talking about pit bulls and babies.
All right, I will. You guys want to talk about them right now?
No, I love pit bulls and babies.
I would love to, but it's actually time for us to close out the chapter and talk about. It's time for us to talk about our topic. It's time for us to talk about our topic.
That'd be a great video. I might do that.
God, hear me out. This arc, it could happen. She can make duplicate bodies, and can make them into babies.
If she can make giant versions of like basically herself, who's to say she can't make like tiny little baby robins and just be like, Robins, go.
Yeah, we can have baby robins, and it has the force of a baby. Yeah, would you fight a baby? No, it's unstoppable.
Are there any One Piece characters that can make pit bulls?
I guess theoretically, if Vegapunk could feed the dog fruit model pit bull to a bunch of bullets, right? Theoretically,
I think it would only work on one bullet, right?
Maybe no. I'm sure he could figure out how to dice it up, and if you know what.
I mean, I think if he could figure out how to do that, he would have done it already. Because that seems like a good thing to do. It's like, oh, here's this fucking
but how do you know?
devil fruit. Let me,
How do you know he hasn't already done it and you just haven't seen it yet? Stupid.
Maybe.
That is a possibility.
Yeah, so maybe shut your fucking mouth.
Why are you so cruel?
You're right. I'm so on edge for no reason.
Yeah, are there any? But are there any One Piece characters that could just make pit bulls? Just like, just do that?
I don't think so, but
Did they
maybe.
have to be literal, like, flesh and blood breathing pit bulls?
I mean, what are you implying?
Because Conjuro
Like,
could draw pit bulls.
that
That's
is
not.
true.
I mean,
There's a character in Stampede who can make illusions, so in theory they could make illusionary pit bulls.
no, they gotta be real.
Tama could feed a bunch of pit bulls her melee dumplings and have a little pit bull army.
That's not creating the pit bulls, though.
I mean, it's creating an army of pit bulls, though.
It's true.
I don't think they're native to Wano though.
How do you fucking know?
Because we spent like 25 years in that.
Yeah,
that arc.
and did you see a single pit bull?
Yeah, exactly. No,
No.
I didn't.
Yes, you can't prove there are no pit bulls on this island because you didn't see
What?
one.
Isn't it more likely that there is not any pit bulls than there is?
Okay, yeah, sure, idiot. But if there weren't any pit bulls on there, you would have at least seen one to confirm they're low species.
Listen, I just think that Vegapunk needs to feed someone the human fruit model worldwide. Then we can create Pitbull.
Okay,
Would be sick.
let's move on to our topic.
Is that a mythical Zoan fruit? Shit.
Probably.
So our topic for today, to tie into the release of Bleach: The Thousand Year Blood War, which you can watch now on Hulu, and
I
Disney
thought it was on
Plus.
Disney Plus. Yeah,
It's on both.
It's on both.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
Hulu and Disney have this weird thing where you can get where some of their things will be on, like shared between them.
Yeah.
But we're talking about our history with the original big three. So that's One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, don't clamor. Don't clamor one at a time. I know you guys are biting at your chomps for this to talk about this one.
Well, I don't want to intrude on whoever wants to go first. You know?
I'm a gentleman. I'll let somebody else go first.
I'll go first since you two just have limp dicks.
Yeah. I'm not erect right now. It is true.
It's true. I have no reason to be hard at this moment.
I'm half masked because I'm talking about One Piece.
You know, I respect it.
I'll get a chub on when we talk about Bleach, so just prepare yourself.
Just a chub?
It'll proceed as we talk about it more.
Disgusting. All right, anyway. So I guess between the three, right? The one I have the most experience with is probably Naruto. I didn't really have a lot of experience with all three. I'd actually say, like, I made equal attempts to read or watch all three. By this point now, I've read Bleach up to the Thousand Year Blood War. I've read all of One Piece, and I've seen the original Naruto. So while Naruto's the one that I had, like, the first experience with, it certainly is the one that I cared about the least in my years of shonening. I caught it on Toonami, like a lot of people did. And the only reason I really bring it to mention is just because I kept up with it. It was the only show that aired at a time where I could, like, realistically keep up with it regularly. I think I watched all the way to the Chunin exam week to week, and then it went on a break and started doing recaps, so I missed out when they moved to the actual, like, tournament phase. But recently, I actually watched the entire thing on Netflix, and did I watch it on... Yeah, on Netflix and Hulu and Crunchyroll. A mix of all three of them. I kind of...
The sponsors of today's podcast.
No, stop getting us in
All three.
trouble. Stop getting us in trouble. We're never going to sponsor Crunchyroll.
Damn.
That's what you think.
If Crunchyroll approaches us, right, I'm gonna have a real
Make a-
personal dilemma.
Why would you make a JoJo meme against them?
What?
You're approaching me?
No. It's just... on the one hand, a sponsorship sounds really cool, right?
Yeah.
On the other hand, I really don't want to support Crunchyroll. Well,
Yeah.
I don't have much of a choice now since they're the big anime production guys, right? They
Yeah.
are notoriously shitty to their workers.
That's fair.
Did you guys know about the Jujutsu Kaisen Zero movie, right?
No, I don't know
Yeah.
anything about Jujutsu.
Like
Kaisen.
about the dub payment? or
Yeah.
whatever?
Some of the voice actors for that movie who were in that movie made back millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And,
they made like $80 or less
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. They paid their main voice actors who like acted through the entire thing anywhere from $80 to $150 max. It's incredibly shitty.
Yeah.
I'm liable to say that it's more of a Sony thing than a Crunchyroll thing, but Crunchyroll has always been really crappy. Like, it hasn't started here. I remember when they spent a large amount of their funding on really, like, making this over-glamorous, over-the-top, like, work environment that, like, was completely unnecessary and, like, used a lot of money to do so. And then didn't do anything to fix their streamer quality issues or gather shows people care about. Oh, they did use it to fund a show that literally no one likes, apparently.
That's fair.
They're not a great company. Anyway.
The sponsors of today's podcast.
Yeah, they paid us to say that.
Today's sponsor is Crunchyroll. Fuck them.
Dude, I will say Crunchyrolls are pretty tasty, though.
We're talking about Naruto, aren't we? Or I was.
Yeah, you're talking about
This
Naruto.
is wake up! It's our Naruto podcast.
If you believe it.
Oh my god, the German Naruto opening is so good. But I finished it, and I actually really like the original Naruto. I think that overall it's a satisfying storyline, and obviously it ends on a cliffhanger that has to be resolved by Shippuden, but I'm not going to read Shippuden.
Okay.
I tried Shippuden before, but it was animated, right?
Uh-huh.
And I just don't like it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I've tried it. I don't like where the story goes. I don't like the plot decisions. I've heard nothing but complaints about the actual, like, storyline itself.
Interesting.
Maybe I'll give it a try in the future, but I have no active plans to do so right now.
That's fair. I'll have opinions on that when I talk about Naruto.
Okay. They're probably bad opinions, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Bleach, on the other hand, that one, confession time.
Uh-huh.
I watched a lot of Bleach off of YouTube. Like,
dude, that was peak anime in the early 2000s.
The number of, like, Bleach episode, like, 1 out of 3s I saw, I think I watched the entire, like, up to the Soul Society arc entirely on YouTube.
Oh man, that's the fucking way to do it.
I really like early Bleach. Like, I think the early Bleach anime, as far as, like, mid-2000s shonen goes, right, was really fucking fun. I think it had an amazing soundtrack, a very cool style, and the characters are very fun. And I can say safely that that opinion didn't really change as far as when I actually sat down and read it. I didn't read the 1,000-Year Blood War. Similar to Shippuden, I heard nothing but complaints from people, so I decided I would just wait for the anime on this one, since it might have a chance to fix some things people complained about. So, but I really enjoyed the Fullbringer arc. It was a good place to stop at, since it felt like Bleach went back to its roots in that arc.
That's fair.
But yeah, I like the characters a lot in Bleach. They're not the most, like, deep or, like, well-written characters. In fact, I think Kubo takes more misses than hits when it comes to characterization with his cast, with how bloated it is. But there's no one that I, like, actively got bored with. In fact, like, one of the most underutilized characters is my favorite character in that, and that being Chad.
He's the only one who wins.
He never... I mean, you're right. He gets the best ending out of everyone.
Yeah.
He is the Yamcha in that regard, where he's actually using his powers to give himself a nice, cozy life, basically. Which, to be fair, if I got the number of L's Chad did, right, I'd feel I was owed something, too.
That's fair.
But, and then One Piece. And I don't think I have to really go into One Piece, because if I didn't like One Piece, I don't think I'd be hosting a podcast talking about it.
Yeah, and I think we already talked about how we got into One Piece and stuff,
We did.
So
I guess this is more just about Bleach and Naruto. If I had to rank them, One Piece is, like, up there in, like, S rank. Naruto is, like, B, bordering C rank. I'd say base Naruto is B, Shippuden is, like, C or D.
Yeah.
And then Bleach, I'll probably put in, like, a high B, low A tier.
I see.
Alright, why don't you go?
Yeah, who's going?
Okay, I'll go.
Go.
Okay.
Do it.
So,
I'm poking you. I'm poking you with the stick.
I'm gonna do a preface before I start talking at length, because I'm still slightly sick. I may need a moment to, like, recover real quick if I pause at any point.
He's got a broken pee-pee.
That's true.
Pee-pee broke.
Okay, so truly understand my relationship to the big three, you have to know that when I was growing up, I watched like Dragon Ball and Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon on the television, right? Because they were just very normalized in my youthful culture, and I didn't know that they were anime. But
Did you watch Digimon?
yeah, I watched Digimon as well. But like
That's
those
a
were all
good boy.
shows that like I didn't acknowledge as anime. I just acknowledged them as shows, right? Despite the fact that for the real ones, they know the Bionics block of YTV was an anime block, and that's where I'd watch Dragon Ball. But anyway, this show called Naruto pulls up, and I looked at it and I said, "Damn, this shit's for nerds. This anime shit," and I didn't watch it. Uh, but then, uh, years later, when I was more willing to watch anime, because a buddy of mine was like, "Yeah, I love Naruto," and I was like, "Okay, maybe I'll give it a shot." I ended up catching, uh, like the last arc of original Naruto, an episode of it, on Bionics, which was the episode where I'm sorry, I'm not laughing, I'm just coughing. But the episode where Choji fights the big strong curse mark guy. And I was like, damn, that was pretty cool. And so I had a slightly better opinion of Naruto, and I was like, maybe I'll check it out sometime again. And then the other episode I caught was when Naruto fights Sasuke at the very end of original Naruto, and I was like, that was really good. I liked that. So I was like, that's pretty neat. But then I didn't watch Naruto forever. Actually, I still have never watched it, but I played the video games for it because they looked fun and they were fun, and I'm told that they are arguably the best way to experience the story. And so I guess that's my relationship with Naruto really, is I have strong Naruto opinions for someone who has never actually really watched it, except for like isolated clips. And then I've watched like half an arc and one full arc of Bleach, being the last bit where Ichigo fights big evil boy Aizen, and then the Fullbringer arc. Those are the only things of Bleach I've experienced.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I've not really experienced much of the big three. Even One Piece for like a long time I didn't get into until someone recommended it, and then I got really into One Piece. But like, I know everything that happens in Naruto and most of what happens in Bleach, but I haven't actually properly experienced them. So, that's my big three journey.
I mean, it's still good nonetheless. As long as you have
Yeah.
experiences with it, that's the important thing.
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
will say, Shippuden though, kinda epic, and you're cringe.
Dino base.
Okay, so you think the fourth Great Ninja War is a good arc?
That's not Shippuden, that's one arc in Shippuden.
Okay, but isn't it the longest arc in Shippuden?
Probably, and is also probably Shippuden's biggest flaw. As someone who's never watched or read the entirety of Naruto, I'm gonna say, original Naruto, all well and good. The biggest problem with Naruto is that it introduces a lot of characters that never matter, and that it extends shit way longer than it needs to be.
Kishimoto
Right.
has stated multiple times that he only ever planned out the hidden Mist Valley. That was as far
Yeah.
as he got. So he winged
That's
everything else. And I
Yeah.
think that I think the thing that doomed Naruto as far as Shippuden, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is the fact that Naruto and Sasuke was like one of the most like well-received things he ever did in that story.
Yeah.
And so it painted the perspective of, well, Naruto and Sasuke should be the major focus, right?
And they were.
That's the problem, is that while it works in this one scenario as Naruto's feelings for Sasuke are being ignored, right?
That's the whole point of Naruto.
Those characters have not been through enough to justify what Sasuke does in that story.
But they're best friends.
They really aren't.
They are, though. You watched the original Naruto. You know this.
You're right, they climbed a tree one time. And
Yeah.
and then Sasuke took a bullet for Naruto, and that's all they ever did. That's literally as far as their friendship goes. They hate each other for the rest of it.
Yeah,
And even during that one segment I said where Sasuke takes a bullet for Naruto, right?
yeah,
That entire time he's going, "You're a fucking idiot. God, I hate you."
that's how they
But
show love. They've literally kissed.
It's true, they're boyfriends.
I do. They reference that in Shippuden in one of the filler arcs.
Yeah.
There is a girl who, if she kisses you, she pumps poisonous chakra through your lips and kills you, right? And she teases Naruto by going, "Think about how great it'll be to die with your first kiss." And then Naruto goes, "I'll have you know, lady, I've already had my first kiss." And then he cuts back to when he accidentally kissed Sasuke, and he goes, "Oh, well, it was with a boy though."
Yeah, but yeah, my general opinion on Naruto is there's a great story in there. It's just filled with a lot of padding.
Bro, they really turned it around with Boruto, though, didn't they?
Whatever. But like, because like the whole like, oh, Naruto, Sasuke, fucking, they're kind of like parallels of like what could have been and shit like that, and they become friends. He wants to bring him back to the village and all that shit. Like, that's fine, that's good. Then they go on their own independent journeys, right? And I guess I should preface this with some Naruto spoilers are gonna be talked.
I mean, I think that was a general assumption we talked about our history with it.
I'd imagine, but
all right,
in case...
here, I'll put it out. I'll put a big old spoiler sign right about here. If you still think that you're not gonna get spoiled on stuff, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, so fucking Naruto's whole thing at the outset is he wants to be respected in the village and become Hokage, right?
Yeah.
Fucking, so he fights Pain, who is like the big Akatsuki boy at the time.
Yeah.
And he wins and he becomes a hero in the village. So he's earned the respect of the village, right? So the only character goal he still has is to become Hokage. Sasuke's initial character goal is, I want to kill my brother and fucking avenge my clan. Around the same time in the story, Sasuke kills his brother, but then he realizes, oh shit, my brother wanted something else. So now he has incentive to actually fight the Leaf Village and therefore fight Naruto, and the series could literally end there with their conclusion, and they still arrive at the exact same point, but extend it. Instead, it extends.
Well, we gotta. But Akaru, who is Obito? Who is Obito?
Listen, I like Obito, but he doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, is that, like, I think there is no better representation. I know you haven't read Shippuden, right?
Yeah, but I know everything that happens.
I don't think there is a better representation of how Kishimoto was just keeping Shippuden going because it was doing well. Like Danzo. Danzo feels like the most just frustratingly worthless character.
He has got a lot of eyes, though.
He has a lot of eyes.
Yeah.
I see him, right? And I immediately go, I don't know who this character is, but I know that I'm not gonna like anything about him. And I've heard people tell me that Danzo is their least favorite character in the entire story.
I think that's fair. But yeah, my general opinion on Big Three, in summary, Naruto could be really good, but I haven't experienced enough of it to be like confident in that. But I just think there's a lot of bullshit in it. Bleach, it's got Ruruka in the Fullbringer arc. She's really cute. She makes a toy box or whatever the fuck. It's great.
Did you read that arc entirely because there was a cute redhead?
No, it just happened to be on Toonami at the time.
Okay.
Then One Piece, I like One Piece. It's good. I used to be much more obsessed with One Piece than I am now, but I still very much like One Piece. I'm just past the honeymoon phase of enthrallment.
Oh my god, yeah, no, when I first finished the manga and was caught up week to week, right?
Yeah.
It was like an eternal bliss, right?
Yeah.
And then Act 2, like, concluded, and Act 3 began. And suddenly, the wait to wait, I would often forget there were new chapters at times.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I'm still excited for new chapters all the time, but, like, I'm not, like, constantly fucking thinking about One Piece. 'Cause back in, like, high school, I was, like, constantly fucking thinking about it and going on rants to friends and shit about,
yeah,
like,
no, that's more... Sorry, that came off wrong. That's more what I meant, is that, like, One Piece
Yeah.
was consuming my day to day and week to week once I was caught up. But once Act 2 concluded and like the slower start of Act 3 started,
Yeah.
it started to not be the thing I was focusing on as much. Also, I got really fucking into Sekiro around that time.
Must have been the Wano.
Must have been the Wano. Anyway, before we hand over the mic to Nick, I want to keep it away from just a little bit longer.
Okay.
Favorite character and I guess favorite fight from, or just a character you really like. I guess yours is going to be Rurika.
I like Ruruka. She's great. I play the Bleach Gacha game only for Ruruka. I have every version of her maxed out. I don't know anything about Bleach really aside from Ruruka is pretty cool.
Do you know a fight that you like in Bleach? I'm sure you've seen plenty of Linkin Park AMVs of Bleach fights.
Yeah, so I know two major fights in Bleach aside from the Fullbringer ones.
Right.
Which is the Aizen one because it's the only fight I actually watched on TV when it was going, and the Ukiura fight. And I like the Ukiura fight because I like Ukiura's design.
Okay, that's good. I really like as far as Bleach goes, right? I already said my favorite character is Chad, but my favorite fight, sadly, is not going to involve Chad at all because fights with Chad aren't fights. He always.
What about when he fought the number 0 guy?
The number.
Did he even fight the number 0 guy? Who fought the number 0 guy?
He fought him when he first showed up, but he kind of just got his ass beaten.
Okay.
Wait. Number 0 guy. Number 0 guy Espada or number 0 guy like.
Espada guy, where he was like, "I'm number 10 among the Espada.
Yeah.
JK, I'm actually the number 0."
No. Chad fought a guy at the doorway who wasn't even a ranked Espada, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I think 10 showed up and killed him after that.
Damn, that sucks, Chad.
Yeah, he hadn't even revealed that he was number 0. Yeah, he was still technically ranked 10. But my favorite fight in Bleach is actually during the Soul Society arc.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked Uryu versus what's the scientist guy's name?
Mayuri.
Yeah, Mayuri. I thought that was a really fun fight, and I liked the way that it concluded.
Oh, is that the guy with the weird baby power?
Yeah. He actually changes his Bankai every time he shows up because he's a scientist.
Okay.
Mayuri is actually a really fun character. I don't typically like creepy characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Mayuri is so good at being a creepy character.
I believe it.
And then as far as Naruto goes, my favorite character is Rock Lee. So I'm very unfortunate.
Oh yeah, I guess I never listed my favorite Naruto character. My favorite Naruto character is Yagura.
Ooh.
That's what everyone says. Yagura is one of the Mizukages and had the
Oh.
retails, I believe.
Okay. I don't remember her at all.
Yagura, he was in it for like a scene in the anime.
Why is he your favorite then?
He looks really cool and he's playable in the games, which is how I've mostly experienced Naruto, and I just fucking love playing as him. He's got fucking coral and shit. He's got a big stick with a hook and a flower on it. It's just fucking cool.
Alright, fair enough. What's your favorite fight in Naruto?
If we're talking about like the anime specifically, I really love what they did with the Obito versus Kakashi.
Ooh, that's a good one. That is a good one.
It's very well animated, but like if we're just talking about overall, the final Naruto Sasuke, also brilliantly animated and just very cool and great theming structures and shit like that. It's very good.
Something that's in those fights that needed to be in them more, in like the whole series, was blocking hand signs. The coolest thing about that fight is how Naruto and Sasuke know each other's fighting style so well that they know what jutsus they're gonna try and go for, so they know when to like parry their hand signs and keep them just in a hand-to-hand fight.
Yeah, I think that's why it's not overly in it. It's just because it's these two specific characters who know fucking everything about each other,
And there's
basically.
been so many fights in... I think there's been 3 fights in that ravine. There was the initial fight back in Naruto.
Yeah.
There was the rematch in Shippuden right before the Great Ninja War.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the finale after the Ninja War.
Mm.
And yeah, no, I think I'll agree with you that the final Naruto, as much as I like have problems with Shippuden, right?
Yeah.
Those fights are really good.
There's great conclusions to some parts of Naruto, but there's a lot of shit in Naruto that just doesn't need to be there, in my opinion. I'm sorry if you love Naruto, that's on you.
You know what the best thing is?
Yeah.
You can absolutely hate Naruto, right? You can think that the story is poorly written, the characters are poorly used, and that overall it was just a bad show, right?
Yeah.
Dude, fucking the moment Naruto asks Iruka Sensei to be his to act as his dad at the wedding, right?
Yeah.
I fucking nearly cried, man. That's
pretty cute.
It's such a good scene.
If only Iruka was in the story.
I know.
Ever.
I know. It's such like they had the perfect opportunity too.
Yeah.
Because at the end of Shippuden, when Kakashi gets injured, right? Rather than introducing a completely superfluous character, just to bring up some lore information with like the Hashira cells and all that.
Yeah.
They could have just fucking brought back Iruka Sensei. Give him a time skip training. Use your cast.
No, they can't do that.
You're right. We need new cool designs like Sai.
Dude, I'm not okay. Listen, I'm not gonna get into this. We can rant about Naruto some other time. But fuck, I feel like we need to have Nick talk about his shit.
We have been hogging the spotlight for. I don't think he minds too much though.
Yeah, but I don't want to rant about fucking Naruto for an hour in the One Piece podcast.
But that's the whole reason we're doing. Okay, fine. We'll let Nick talk. Yeah. And then if we have anything else to say, well, we can fucking make out about it in the back room.
Okay.
All right, cool.
All right, you've saved the best for last. So, I'll start with Naruto, because I probably have the weirdest relationship with that one. So, when I was younger, when Naruto, like, first kind of came over here, I was really into it. Like, I would watch it on... I'm not sure if it was, like, really on Toonami at the time. I think it was mostly airing in that kind of, like, in-between when, like, Toonami had ended. But they were still, like, playing anime on Adult Swim. And I liked it a lot. I thought it was really cool. It had some cool characters. Like, I had most of the video games. And I had, like, vaguely kind of sort of kept up with it into Shippuden. Like, I remember being in middle school and shit and thinking, like, the Akatsuki were super cool, even though I never really, like, consumed Shippuden. Because, like, all I had ever really seen of Naruto was I watched it up until, like, I think around when, like, Tsunade and Jiraiya show up. And then I kind of just fell out of it for whatever reason. And that's kind of just how it was with me and Naruto for years and years. It's like I sort of kept up with it, kinda, but not really. And it wasn't until, like, at this point, like, it was after Naruto had finished. I was like, yeah, let me give Naruto another try. And I read up until the Chunin exams. I was like, yeah, it seems all right. And then I just never continued reading it for whatever reason. But despite this, I have, like, a fucked up wealth of Naruto knowledge. Like, I know, like, basically everything that happens.
Narutology, if you will.
Narutology, yeah. I'm a Narutologist.
It's definitely the better word you could use for that.
Yeah. But, like, I know basically everything that happens in Naruto. I've just never actually read it. So I don't really feel very comfortable giving, like, a definitive opinion. Because I'm definitely somebody who believes in the idea that, like, you should probably, like, actually experience something if you're gonna say that, like, you have a solid opinion on it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've heard all sorts of shit about it, and I have all this secondhand knowledge, but it's like, it's kind of like the Schrodinger's cat kind of thing, where it's like, I don't definitively know if I do or don't like this.
You won't truly understand if something is good or bad until you've experienced it in context.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is that, like, I do say that I'm not... I try to say that I just am not interested in Shippuden more than that it's not good. Obviously, hyperbole, exaggeration, I tend to let that slip, and I will say that. But I do agree with you that, like, it's probably not good to go... Like, at the very least, don't go around sharing your opinion about Naruto if you haven't even, like, read it.
Hey, not me. I haven't read it or watched it. I have bold opinions.
Yeah, don't be like a Karo.
But I played the games though, and I feel like it's I get what fucking happened aside from filler.
It's so weird that the games are an actually valid way to consume the story.
Yeah, honestly, that might be what I, like, end up doing, is, like, buying the Storm games at some point. Just
I recommend it. They're fun.
It's yeah, I think I'll do the same. I'll do that so I don't have to actually read Shippuden.
They go on sale a lot.
Yeah,
I think they might even be on sale right now.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, so wrap up real quick, Nick. Favorite Naruto character, favorite Naruto fight?
My favorite...
We rushed him through this.
Yeah, what the fuck? You guys got to talk for 16 hours.
Okay, but Nick.
Yes, Caswell.
Would you rather save that energy to talk about the thing that you're actually invested in.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, favorite Naruto character? I'd say probably Gaara is always the one that, like, growing up, I always thought was so cool. How he's got the fucking Shukaku, and he's always been my favorite of the tailed beast, and he uses sand. He's just a really cool guy. Like, he was so fucking menacing.
Shukaku's the first one to, like, really show the beast and owner dynamic that would go on, like, to completely, like, redefine Kyuubi and Naruto.
Yeah.
Dude, real quick. Have you guys seen Boruto at all?
I saw that. I've seen one scene.
Spoiler, but Kyuubi dies in Boruto.
This is so sad.
And it is, like, I don't give two shits about Boruto, right?
Yeah.
But oh my god, is the Kyuubi death scene so fucking tragic, because, like, what happens is that Naruto unlocks, like, a super stupid looking Kyuubi form to, like, Deus Ex Machina a fight, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh sweet, cool, shit, Boruto riding, arc's over, like, they just pulled a win out of their ass, right? And then Naruto wakes up in the Tail Beast dimension, right? And Kyuubi clarifies that there was going to be a cost of life for using that form, and it was his life. And so we see Kyuubi disappearing, and he offers Naruto one last fist bump, right?
Yeah.
And oh my god, the voice actor for Naruto did such a fucking phenomenal job selling. If you have time, go look up, like, the Kyuubi death scene on Boruto. It's so fucking good.
I like the scene in Boruto when he did the block puzzle to get Sage Mode.
Shut
where
up.
He said, "I fit the square in this piece, and it fit."
Wow. There is no better representation of how stupid Boruto is, and the fact that Boruto's, like, challenge was to put fucking shapes in shape holes.
It was really cool. He's a smart boy.
All right. Anyway, sorry, Nick. We're taking the mic away from you again. Talk about Bleach.
It's all right.
Talk about Bleach.
It's fine. I'm used to it at this point. Okay. Yeah. So Bleach is my shit. Like, Bleach is a series that I would say I definitely love in the same way that, like, a parent still loves a child that has kind of fucked up in a lot of ways in their life. Like, that's kind of my relationship with Bleach. I've actually been on kind of like a Bleach kick lately. Like, first of all, the anime came back, so I've been watching that, obviously. And I've also been re-watching Bleach with somebody. Yeah, man, where do I start with Bleach? Yeah, what? What are you saying?
I feel like, were you waiting for a response with that line?
I don't know, are you going to respond to it?
I guess I am, currently.
Alright, well, do it then.
I did.
Alright, do it again. Do a follow-up, that's how conversations work.
Okay, fine. Who did you watch it with, Nick?
A woman.
Yes.
Damn, did they enjoy Bleach?
That's right. They said it got good towards the end of the Soul Society.
And then you slapped her and said, "That's such a basic ass opinion. I'm so tired of hearing."
Like, all right, here comes your YouTuber essay about how Bleach was good in Soul Society and Substitute Shinigami, and then after Rancari fell off.
This relationship's gonna end the second she tells you that Waco Mundo is just Soul Society too.
Oh god, I want to beat people up who say every Bleach arc is just the same shit. Cause, like, all right, sure, I'll give it to you. Like the Arankar arc and Soul Society, they do have a very similar setup. I'll give you that. None of the other arcs are remotely like that.
What are you talking about? Fullbringer is just Karakura Town.
Yeah, Karakura Town if it sucked. But anyways.
Whoa! My best girl's there.
Yeah, she's okay. I used to not really like Ririko, but she's kind of grown on me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's her thing. She shrinks you down.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so
yeah. Anyways,
continue talking about Bleach.
Yeah. Bleach is, like, compared to Naruto, whereas Naruto is something I kind of fell out of. Bleach, I think, is something that I've pretty much always stuck to, with, like, an exception of one part. But yeah, I just thought Bleach was the coolest shit ever. He's like fucking ghost samurai who, like, fight with swords that turn into cherry blossoms that turn back into swords. Like, Bleach is just the coolest shit ever. It probably does, I would say it has a cast of characters that I like probably more than all the other ones. I think that, like, Bleach has a very interesting, like, power system and kind of, like, universe to it. Like, gun to my head, I like Bleach more. One Piece is better. I think that's kind of like my opinion.
Oh yeah, no, as a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, right?
Yeah.
Or I guess as an ex-Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm not gonna get into that. Point is, I know what it's like to like media a lot, right?
Yeah.
But no, there is better written media out there. You like the aspects of the story, the potential it represents, the desire to see that potential executed, but you still had fun with it, and it was still a very personal part to you.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like a lot of it is obviously kind of just like nostalgia. Like I feel like if I were to consume Bleach now, like I just erase my memory of it, I definitely wouldn't be as into it, but it's like, you know, it's hard to separate like 15 years worth of memories and shit, but
You actually unearthed a memory for me.
oh yeah.
I don't know why, but you talking about why Bleach is so cool, right? Reminded me. Bleach was the first manga I ever actually read.
Oh.
There is in my hometown, we have a really old, beaten up public library, right? And they had volumes of Bleach that you could rent, and I rented, or I guess I checked out the first 3 volumes, and I read that shit like I was like I consumed that shit like it was crack. It was so good.
Are you advocating for the usage of crack cocaine, Troubles?
Only if you also watch Bleach while you do it.
Oh man, that sounds like a good time.
That sounds like a bad time. You're gonna get to Grand Fisher, is that his name?
Yeah.
And you're gonna just freak the fuck out.
I don't know who that is.
He's the guy that killed Ichigo's mom.
Someone killed Ichigo's mom?
Oh, right. I forgot. You've only seen the you've only seen the last 2 arcs.
Hey, what? Ichigo becomes
Wait, hold on. You've read Thousand Year Blood War.
Nope.
Oh, right. Just Fullbringer. Okay.
I've not even read Fullbringer. I watched the anime of
But
Fullbringer.
I mean, you've consumed the Fullbringer arc.
Yeah.
Okay. Because they go into that in Thousand Year Blood War, so I thought, like, wait a minute, you should know about that. But
No,
I'm just
the only
stupid.
part of Thousand Year Blood War I've read is the last chapter.
Gotcha. But yeah, Ichigo's mom got killed by a hollow. That was kind of like originally that was supposed to be like the moment he like awakened some spiritual energy. Did you know his dad's a Soul Reaper?
Yeah, he was in the arc with Aizen,
All right, that's
which
good.
I saw parts of, but not anything consistent.
Dude, fucking all right. Real quick, but Nick, I want to get just into like a gush segment.
Yeah, sure.
So closing thoughts on Bleach, and then favorite character in fight.
Yeah, sure. Bleach slaps. Always Kino was never bad. Never had a wasted character. Never had dumb retcons or plot points. Never had a
Jesus.
shitty ending. It was always good. It was always Kino. Anyone who says otherwise is a Fed and they're working for the government. Yeah, Bleach is really good. Watch the anime. The first episode fucking slapped. Shout out to Bleach. We should do a Bleach podcast instead. Favorite character, Kisuke Urahara. My favorite fight is something that happens in the 1,000-Year Blood War, is Urahara versus Askin Naklevar.
Gazoon Titan.
Arigato.
So anyway, as far as like Bleach, right? Dude, so Akara, you saw the Aizen fight. Did you see what happened? Did you see what happened before the Aizen fight? So Aizen's
blind man.
So Aizen is getting out of the fake like Karakura town, right?
Yeah.
And going to the real one, and he's passing through the Waco Mundo entranceway where there's like this big train monster thing that will like eat your soul if it catches you.
Yeah, and he munches it down or some shit.
He literally eviscerates it in a single hit.
Yeah.
And they're heading there, and Ichigo's dad is like, "Wait, Ichigo, do you sense that?" And he's like, "No, I don't sense anything." That's the point. Aizen must have killed the train monster. That means this is essentially just a hyperbolic time chamber now.
Yeah, I remember when they trained there.
That was so fucking good. Like it's really stupid and convenient, right?
Yeah.
But it's also really fun because it's like this like innocuous detail that was just kind of like a set piece, right?
Yeah.
Has now become like this vital flaw in Aizen's plan. Or, you know, depending on how you perceive Aizen, maybe he intended for that all along.
It was all according to plan, dude.
You probably don't know about the Sakaru, but Nick and I have a history.
I know of this because you've
Yeah, we
talked
don't
about the
like each other.
idea.
Yeah, we hate each other, and that's because
Yeah.
I beat Nick's ass horrendously in a Bleach debate one time.
I heard it was a draw first
It
off.
was.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard you say that you've won, but I've heard other sources say
What?
it was a
No,
draw.
no, you're lying. I said that I won on the video, right? But I
Yeah.
always felt that it was not a fair. It was not a fair debate.
Well, I don't know the details. I never watched the debate. I don't
It
even know what the context of the debate
the
is.
debate was if Aizen was a bad villain or not.
No, he's a bad guy.
I mean, obviously he's a bad villain. He's the villain.
You're right,
Sorry.
and that's why I shouldn't have won.
Yeah.
I
you
tried to
shouldn't
argue
have.
that he did charity work, and that redeems. uh, I love the idea of Bankai. I think it's a
Yeah.
very. I think a problem that I have with a lot of like shonen power ups, right?
Is
Is
that they don't say bad before it.
You're right. They do not shout Bankai, but
Zoro said Bankai. He would be a good character.
God, the
They
One
do a
Piece
lot to it.
the One Piece anime wants him to say Bankai so fucking badly.
They do it.
But it's that a lot of power ups tend to like add all of these layers of complexity to them. Like Jujutsu Kaisen power, right? It's really cool and I like it a lot, but it can be really annoying to try and keep up with all these different abilities and their different rules and factors and, you know, to dot your I's and cross your T's with them, right? I like
Yeah.
that Bleach is literally just, I have a cool sword. Now watch me turn it into a even cooler sword.
Yeah.
I think if you boil Bleach down to its most raw essence, it's just fucking cool.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that,
I was
that's what I
about
like about it.
I was about to say, like, my opinion on Bleach is that, like, although I haven't consumed much of it, I'm like, it just has a lot of cool things and it's very stylish and good to look at.
The thing is that when you're a teenager, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to look at things like critically, right? You're trying to like, at least how it was for me, I was trying to like, you know, I don't want to waste my time with something that's bad. I only want to consume like the good stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you get caught up in things like, oh, well, this character writing doesn't make any sense, or this plot seems so like poorly put together. But then you realize that Kubo's just a dude that just likes to draw, and he was just drawing things that he thought was cool. And I can respect a man who took the desire to draw art and turned it into a multi-decade long career.
Yeah.
Was it? Did it run for 10 years?
Whoa.
It ran for at least 10.
Let's see, it started in 2001, right?
And then it
think
ran for like what,
2000.
like
2000.
15, 14 years?
Okay, yeah, so a little over a decade then. Definitely pretty good. And from what I see, Burn the Witch is pretty well received.
Burn the Witch is really cool.
Yeah, I like Burn the Witch.
So it's very clear he's learned. From what I understand, a lot of Bleach's problems, right, are not so much that Kubo didn't have an idea of what to do. It's just that Shonen Jump was really pushing down on him. He didn't get it. That was before they really started focusing on like, you know, the mental and physical health of their writers. So
Yeah.
they put him under some pretty bad crunches.
Have you ever seen the interview where like Kubo says that he hates Oda? And
No,
then
I
Oda
haven't.
responds to it like later and goes, "Oh, well, I'd love to get a drink with him sometime." He's like, "I respect that he could just say that in an interview."
Wait, Kubo said he hates Oda?
Yeah.
That's wild. What was his reason?
I don't know. Let me see. It's been a while since I read it.
Meanwhile, Kishimoto just has like the best relationship with Oda to the point that both of them referenced one another when Naruto concluded. In Naruto, when Boruto is drawing graffiti on the Hokage monuments, like Naruto did at the beginning of it, there's very clearly a straw hat logo in the corner.
Yeah.
And then on the chapter of One Piece after Naruto concluded, he drew Nami, his favorite character, in a Naruto-themed yukata, and had Luffy and Naruto getting ramen together.
Yeah, no, I saw it. It was cute.
They seem to be good friends. At the very least, good, healthy workmates.
Yeah.
But yeah. I like all of these. Obviously, One Piece is my big thing. I've been into One Piece, it's weird. I feel like had I gotten into One Piece earlier, right? I'd have more stories like I have with Naruto and Bleach. But I mean,
Yeah.
for a lot of people, the length of One Piece was kind of the big deterrent that made them go check out the other ones. Because you hear, like, the big three, right? And so you
Yeah.
imagine that they're all of fairly equal quality. And so you see one is fucking 500 chapters long, and you're like, I mean, not that one. That one's really long. Let me dip my toe in, like, the pool instead.
Okay, I have the update on why Kubo hates Oda, by the way.
What's that?
So like when One Piece started like going on and shit, Kubo's was ranked one place below Oda's in a reader survey, and he said, "Ever since then, I've hated Oda."
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's what did it? He got
And
second place a single time.
Yeah, and Oda then responded and was like, because they were like, "Do you have a grudge against him because he stated that he hates you?" And he was like, "Yeah, I do. It seemed really rude, but I don't dislike him because there was so much audacity in his statement." So I'm like, he was like, back when he debuted, I was like, "Wow, he's really good at drawing and his idea is good, and he's like he seems like a cool guy." And he's like, "Now I just want to get a drink to him sometime in the future."
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That is one thing, is that, like, Kubo was very non-nonsense. Or I guess maybe all nonsense, depending on how you look at it. I mean, he dyes his hair blonde and wears sunglasses in all of his photos. He's so cool.
Kubo is hilarious. He has this thing that's called, I forget what it is exactly. It's like Club Outside. It's this like, basically this blog he has where sometimes he'll post like random sketches and like pictures of his dogs, and he'll answer questions about Bleach. And the answers he gives are really hilarious because he's super like, he's either really blunt or very vague about shit. Like somebody will ask him a really intricate question and he'll just respond with no.
Is that still active?
I think so, yeah.
Can after the podcast, give me a link to it, and I'll put it in the description so people can go check that out.
Yeah.
And by that,
also,
by that,
it's not free. It's not free. You need to pay money.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like an exclusive thing.
Okay, I mean, I'll still link it all the same though.
Yeah, I remember at one point he posted a picture of his dog, and somebody sent him like a question saying like, "Your dog is really cute. Can I use him as my phone's wallpaper?" And he said thanks and no.
That's awesome.
That's so good. Nice of them to at least ask for permission.
Yeah, I know. Don't use my fucking goddamn dog as your wallpaper.
He's like, "You fucking freak."
All right, we're at an hour and 30 minutes. So I think we can wrap up there. I think this has probably been our most successful topic as far as like conversation.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, we talked for a minute.
We talked for over an hour.
Yeah, whatever. You're gonna
Also, I want to point out that Bleach by far has the baddest bitches of the big three.
Oh my god, yeah, no, it is. It is. It also doesn't help that like fucking Kubo draws like sexy women, right?
Yeah.
The Studio Pirouet, the guys that did the Bleach anime, right?
Yeah.
They draw sexy women.
They were horny.
Do you remember the one Bleach opening that's sung by Rukia Norihime?
Yeah.
That's literally just fucking candid shots of every like major girl at the time in the story. God, how many fucking kids had Awakening to Harabelle? Is that her name?
Yeah, damn, Harabelle's a fucking baddie, dude.
Is that the blonde one?
That's the blonde one that has the visible under boob.
The dark skin Aronkar lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have her swimsuit version in the gacha game.
Yeah,
it was very cool.
Too.
It was very cool how her whole thing was that wasn't she like in love with Aizen?
No.
Oh.
I thought she was just had water powers or something.
Oh yeah, no, right. She was just a high ranked officer, and then she got betrayed. She got killed by Aizen. That's what it was. Aizen literally just said, "Okay, I'm bored of this fight."
Like, all right, let's move on with the story.
He said, "All according to plan."
All according to what? Since when were you under the impression that this was not according to plan? But yeah, round that out real quick. Hottest girl in Bleach.
Yoruichi.
I actually have to go for Soy Phone.
Soy Phone is pretty cute.
Yeah.
I like Rurika.
Yeah, I don't know even why I paused. Like your answer was going to be any different. You
I
said
was answering for a while because I was like, I feel like I've already said it like 3 times.
you have.